Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to an all-new episode of Point of View. Before we get started, let's welcome Ree back to the show. Yes,
Hola,
Miss
hola,
Ree.
¿cómo
Hey,
estás?
girl. Yes, joining us for today's hot topics. Well, y'all already know we're here to keep you in the loop. So coming up, Chris Brown has finally been granted bail after his arrest for an assault in the UK. Yes, and we've got all the details. Plus, how in the world did 10 inmates manage to escape from a New Orleans jail? We're diving into that too. Of course, Girlfriend's Guide is back, and later we'll tap into mind, body, and soul. So pull up a seat and join the discussion in the chat if you are watching live. This is POV. Now, just when you thought Chris Brown was staying out of trouble, here comes the drama. Right before his big Breezy Bowl World Tour, a London court just granted him bail after he was arrested and charged with assault over a brutal nightclub incident that allegedly went down back in 2023. We're talking tequila bottles, a music producer left hospitalized, and a whole lot of questions. Chris wasn't even in court when bail was granted, and his legal situation might clash with his upcoming tour. Let's talk about this because I know a lot of people waiting for this tour.
It's the fact they need to stop lying on my man.
Oh.
And if he did do this, why he did it?
Why he did it, I'm done now. What I do want to say, is, I like Chris Brown. I definitely cannot say that I love him, but I really like Chris Brown. But this picture to me, I don't know if he was intoxicated right before, but his eyes look a little
I
deep
was
and
gonna say that. It looks really dark.
It looks
His
a
eyes
little
look really
piercing.
weird,
It's a little
yeah.
scary to me.
Yeah.
Like he ain't slept in a few nights. The devil
Right.
must have been tormenting him or something.
I think
So
Or he just mad that they keep messing with him.
well,
I don't know. The skin look good though, baby, but them eyes look like somebody done came and took that
Chris,
soul
I ain't
out.
gonna lie, Chris, you look Chris. Chris, call me, baby.
well, Brown was initially denied bail but was granted release on $6.7 million bail. Okay, on May 21st, 2025. He must appear in court on June 2025.
Now, see, this right here, that bail amount,
Yeah.
that is what makes me feel like this is a major
setup.
underlying conspiracy.
Right.
Because right when this man, he had all those sold out tours, I'm not really a fan, so I don't know what they was, but he was selling out on Africa and all over everywhere last year. Now his world tour is coming, and to take $6.7 million for bail, this isn't even restitution toward the victim.
No, it's for bail.
This is robbery. And listen, America, UK, London, that probably was American dollars going straight to the, I don't know where it went. But listen, honey, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. That's all I know.
But despite his legal issues, Brown's Breezy Bowl 20 World Tour is set to begin June 8th in Amsterdam.
Yeah, so it's like,
you think he gonna make it?
He got to make it. They
Gotta
just took $6.7 million from this man. They got to let him make it.
Well, he got a lot on the line if he does not make these
If he don't
shows.
make it, it's a wrap for Chris, baby, because I know he amassed that 6.7. He needed it. It counted. I really hope that maybe he can get, maybe this case isn't true and he can at least get the 6.7 back for my sake. Just so I can sleep good.
I just feel like for the other people who trying to go to the concerts, they might need to rethink this. Because there's no telling if he going to be in there or not.
Well, can they even get refunds?
No, they don't need no refund. The man just paid $6.7 million. Let him keep it.
So we just supposed to take it to the chin. All the hundreds of dollars.
The ones I feel for are the ones that have paid for them backstage escapades. He be
But
going.
isn't it crazy how soon as he say free Tory, then boom, he go to jail the next day?
Oh, Jesus. See, you said a word. Now I'm with
Clock
you.
it.
Right.
Because he did make a post saying free Tory with all of the recent allegations coming out about how people coming out. People feel like Chris Brown may have been set up.
I could see it. And you know
on the
what?
road
While
with
we're
that
talking about, he said free
that's
Tory
6
now. I can't wait till we
that's a
really
lot.
dive into, even though at one point I felt like I was so over this whole Megan Tory thing. And we keep, it's coming. There's so many advancements. And so we're talking about what's happening. But I was tired of it. But now, all this stuff from Tory getting stabbed, we spoke on that a little bit. But now with Meg coming out, really standing her ground and
Yeah.
you know all
Is
these
she
things.
really?
And it to me it is despicable. I didn't like her
But
before,
what about the best
Yeah.
friend?
but I really don't like her now because regardless, even if you got some fiberglass ricochet cement in your foot, the man was stabbed 14 times. Have some sympathy. You didn't die. You was quit walking on Instagram the next day. You're fine.
What?
Not even that.
What? Okay.
This man, I already said it before, he didn't have gunpowder on his hands, so you know he did not shoot you. Stop playing, bro. You know who shot you.
Well, back to Chris Brown.
Back to Chris Brown.
Right, back to Chris Brown. This alleged assault happened back in 2023. So why do you think people often take so long? Like they wait years, even decades before filing a lawsuit, before saying anything.
See what had happened was
Okay.
What had happened was
You got the answers.
the friend of me, whoever it was, that is now bringing up these allegations from what happened in 2023. 2021, 22, I'm not a major Chris Brown fan. I got to keep saying it. I like him, but I'm not following anybody's story. But at the end of the day, he probably, the money was a little low because these shows weren't picking back up then. We didn't know what was going on with Chris, but now the man see that he got all this money. Now he's coming back and saying, hey, I want a piece of the pie.
Well, you know, if the tour it's canceled, canceled any shows, he faced a multi-million-dollar lawsuit from promoters and insurers for breach of contract, potentially exceeding millions per concert.
This the Illuminati. This the Illuminati.
Is that what it is?
This
They
the Illuminati.
always want to see this man go down. Every time when he's doing fine, they can't take it.
Well, you know, he has a lawsuit right now against Warner Brothers for like $500 million because they did that production, Chris Brown, A History of Violence.
Yeah.
This is the Illuminati. Illuminati. I know y'all think I be playing talking a little litter, but it's just for fun and games. This is Illuminati trying to take this man out.
Y'all heard it right here. All right. Well, now this sounds like it's straight out of a movie. Let's talk about it. 10 inmates busted out of a New Orleans jail by removing a toilet, and crawling through a hole in the wall. And get this, it took the staff hours to even realize they were gone. One of the escapees, Corey Boyd, who was facing second-degree murder charges, was just captured. But 5 others are still on the run. Let's discuss how this all went down. What y'all think is going on?
Listen, so this is funny, maybe controversial, but as I dive deeper into my Bible, this, seeing them, it made me think about what if these are like, modern day Shadrach, Meshach, what if these Daniels and the lion down? How we know God ain't set them free? You know what I'm saying? Now the reason why we might know is because the enemy was able to catch them back up. Hey, in the Bible they was in jail for a reason. That don't mean God can't set you free.
Well, this one's second-degree murder charges.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah, but hey, some of them are on secondary murder charges that didn't do the murder. Now I know some people out here that did murders and they ain't spent a day in jail.
Well,
lock them up.
Lord. It's the fact, if you're going to break out of jail,
have somewhere to go.
Have a plan. Get out of New Orleans. You broke out of jail just to go across the street to the store. The one boy, I saw him laying on the bench.
Yeah.
If you ain't had nowhere to sleep, you should have stayed in jail.
Child.
Laid on the bench, sleep.
One of them went to the club, okay? One of them went to the club. They was all over the place. I seen Facebook. 2 of them had on Bape outfits. They said they was gone so long they didn't even know Bape wasn't even popping no more.
What outfits? What is this?
Bape. It's like a
Bathing
graffiti. Yeah, bathing apes. And
like back in the days, oh my God.
Oh my
Then
goodness.
when you go straight to Instagram. Why would you go on Instagram? You on Instagram, post it up. What are you doing? You could have stayed in.
Wow.
But you know what? I look
And
at
to
that.
his house.
I look at that like those people that be showing all their drugs and money and things on Instagram that they know they're getting ready to get locked up anyway. So I feel like he probably knew that he didn't have a chance. He really didn't have nowhere to go.
He was
So
trying to make a name.
Let me be out here for the 2 days that I'm behind. But Jermaine, I think they said the young man Jermaine, because I want to say maybe they said 7 were caught and maybe there's 3 as of maybe the day before yesterday from what I was seeing. But I don't know if y'all saw the picture of Jermaine. Jermaine looked like he might have been the mastermind. He looked like he was the one had
The red one.
Yeah,
Because he looked like he had a little
And I'm not trying to put it on you, Jermaine, but Jermaine, I look like Jermaine.
Man, you better deny all
But
that.
you know what really kills me with the social media though? Like, okay, how all these inmates, everybody's sharing it and they're placing bets on them. They are literally helping the police with everybody sharing it.
Are you
So it's like, yes, placing bets. Oh, who want to bet in? I bet this one is like a mess on social media.
Wow.
It's a mess.
Well, the escape reportedly involved inside help from staff and civilians.
Wow.
How might this change the perspective of prison security?
What perspective did we have in the first place? 'Cause we always felt like there was inside corruption
Always.
as far as aiding the inmates, but also against the inmates. We've seen just a few months ago, you know, the guy that was in the prison infirmary, and there was probably about 10 or 15, you know, whether the nurse staff and all the other people that literally beat this man to death.
Yeah.
I mean, so there's so many things that we see. And who knows?
But
Hopefully,
what reason would someone have to help these people escape? To help them escape? What reason?
could have been their
Could have been
girlfriend,
their
boyfriend.
people. Could have been, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
their family member they know from around the way. You never know.
they could have believed the person was innocent and maybe
Right.
didn't have a chance of getting out.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Or they could have been getting paid big money behind
Yeah.
it. You never know.
You never know.
A lot of them inmates be making money in jail now. They be telling you to smuggle something in your little butthole.
But then did you see? Oh, listen, did you see that now how they're doing it with the inmates? I saw something where they were saying like if they catch an inmate with a phone and they've been sending, if they've been talking to you, you get in trouble, and if they've been sending you money, you can get arrested too.
well, and first and foremost, I don't understand why you would get in trouble if they've been talking to you. I don't know how they calling me.
You're right. I know that.
It's my brother. I'm answering the phone.
Exactly. I'm thinking it's the jail number. I don't know.
Wow.
Yes, that's crazy.
All right, well, y'all know we've got to take a quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere because we'll be right back with Girlfriend's Guide. You're watching POV.
Hey, y'all. Shout out to those of you that are sticking with us during the commercial break on social media if you're watching this live. So our question for you guys at home and for us at the table is, would you date someone who doesn't believe in birthdays, holidays, or gift giving? Where y'all at with it?
I draw the line at gift giving.
For
Right?
sure.
Because I have to get something some kind of way. I don't care if you make a day, I have to get something.
Right.
But I'm just finding out that it's people that really don't believe in, well, I knew they didn't believe in holidays, but all the birthdays and stuff, I'm just finding out that like people really don't believe, or they say they don't. So that's cool. You can believe in what you want to believe in, but I need a gift.
Yeah.
On some
As for
kind of
me
day.
in my house, baby, we will be celebrating.
Exactly. 'Cause I have to be celebrated some kind of way.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I'm not sure, like, because I don't celebrate too many holidays either.
Yeah.
So I've stopped doing that. But birthdays, no, we're going to have to do something. And gift giving, come on now. You got to give some gifts.
So I feel like, okay, you know how certain people don't celebrate holidays or whatever, for
Right.
whatever reason. But wouldn't birthdays fall in the same thing? If you don't celebrate a holiday, why would you celebrate a birthday? Because it's kind of like the same whatever.
Doesn't matter
thing.
to me, you know.
Yeah.
I'm on the holidays, not so much, but on the birthday,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know, even a spa or something,
Right.
you know, that to me is a nice gift. You know,
Yeah.
something, but gift giving is going to have to happen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Listen, for sure, ain't no way
can't.
about it. I think the controversy with birthdays is that you know this is the day that you were born, but with the holidays, you don't know if they're making up the day. You don't know the accuracy and things like that. But you guys let us know if you would date someone that didn't celebrate birthdays, holidays, or gift givings, and let us know in the comments. Don't go nowhere. You're watching POV.
Welcome back. So it's that time to get into all things love, life, relationships, and everything in between. Let's get into Girlfriend's Guide. So today, this topic, I think, comes close to home. Yeah. Alpha and strong versus soft and submissive. Which one are you? Or maybe you're a little of both.
I'm all of them.
Yes.
Because I can be an alpha if I need to be, but I want to be soft and submissive. I can be that too, as long as it makes sense. I'm not being soft and submissive to foolishness.
Right.
Not doing that. Right. So, when you don't agree to foolishness or be about somebody's fool, then they'll say you're alpha. You're hard to deal with. No, I just have my own brain and I'm going to use it.
Right.
But,
Right.
I think for so many years, like you were saying, Ree, I have been an alpha female, but it wasn't by choice. And I feel like for so many Black women, I think we were programmed this way. It's because of the way that we had to be, because our families were being torn apart, and someone had to be the strength of the family, right? And so now I have a immense desire to be soft, and to be able to be submissive, and to just lay back and to one, trust that God got me, because he really is our source and he is what we're supposed to be soft and content in.
Correct.
But also, in my relationship. So I'm working on that. It's hard though. Once you
have to be alpha.
Yeah, and you're programmed to be like hardworking, and all these things.
It's hard to go to be submissive and soft.
Baby, who want to be hardworking, baby?
And then growing up, you hear all the time like strong Black woman, strong Black woman.
Right.
So that's programmed in our head to be this strong Black woman. Like that's what you're supposed to aim to be.
Right.
And then we get talked about because we sometimes are a strong Black woman.
Right.
So now they don't want to deal with us.
Well, that's the thing, because we are under pressure to have to be so many things: strong, independent, nurturing, soft, submissive, all the things that's at work. But we have to be undeniably alpha female. Society keeps trying to tell us how we're supposed to be, like in our relationships, at work, how we're just supposed to be, period.
Yeah.
But are you leading with that boss energy, or embracing the soft girl era? I want to embrace the soft girl era.
Me too.
I really don't like having to do the leading, especially if I'm with someone. I would really like them to do the leading.
Right.
But I really have to trust that they're gonna really be able to do it.
Correct.
Because like you said, I can't follow you into no foolishness. I don't mind following.
Right.
But we're not gonna do no foolishness.
Because
And the first time I have to take control of things, especially something really important, and I have to step up and I have to take the lead, it's going to be really hard to give that lead back.
Yeah.
Because now I don't feel like that trust is there, that safety is there. And now I'm like, oh no, I don't know about that.
But it's like, to be honest, who really wouldn't want to be in their soft girl era?
Yeah.
Who really wouldn't want to be submissive? Like, we're women. Why wouldn't we want to be soft?
Sometimes that's a bad word to women, being submissive, to a man, But you be submissive to the Lord, like you say. You do what the Lord has said for you to do. And then that comes down to the husband.
Even the hardest woman I think that she would just completely submit if somebody is treating her the way she's supposed to be treated.
If they didn't feel like their arm was being twisted into submission.
Yeah. Correct.
But I do want to say as well that I think it was something that you said about being strong. And I feel like, where that also comes from and where we kind of, go a little bit left with it is that we are being taught, oftentimes how to be strong or to be an alpha from a woman that really doesn't have any submission or didn't have a man that they felt safe for them to submit to. Yeah. And so now as we're going out and we're healing ourselves too, and we're allowing God to show up in different ways in our lives and to heal our traumas, now we're so caught up into who our moms and our grandmothers and our sisters and friends, told us that we should be, that it's hard to kind of pivot into who God is saying and also what your life and the life and the marriage that we want is really requiring of us. So, I mean, a lot of it, even now, I'm realizing that a lot of who I decided or thought that I wanted to be and who I created myself to be, a lot of that has to die every day.
And you know what's crazy? Like, that makes so much sense. But when I was a child, I looked at everybody's relationship, right? And I knew at like the age of 7, I did not want what I was saying. Like my grandmother, rest her soul, she was very submissive to my granddad. He provided solely, was the lead. She was a stay-at-home mom. Every day she cooked all day long and she did everything, ironed his socks. She did everything. But I would notice when he come home, it wasn't chemistry there. Like she just wanted to sit down and have conversation with him, but he was so tired that it's now like an aggravation. So I used to literally sit there and look at both of them at like the age of 7. And I used to tell her like, stop doing all this. Stop doing all this. And I remember her saying to me, when you get older and you get a good husband, you're going to want to do the same. And I'm just looking at her like, this not good. This is just a provider. I personally just don't want a provider.
Yeah.
I want us to be
The
happy.
chemistry,
The
happy,
chemistry,
the love.
everything. Yeah.
But I also think that is so important, and I feel the picture and the emotions from what you experienced.
Yeah.
And I feel like too that the way that God is so strategic, and He doesn't put anything in the mixing bowl when He's creating us that we won't need.
Yeah.
And so I feel like who we really are supposed to show up in the world as is bits and pieces of all
everybody
of those things.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Oof. All right, y'all. We're about to switch things up, and we're going to get into our final segment of the day. Let's get into mind, body, and soul. Intermittent fasting. It's been all over social media for a while. It's been out there. People skipping meals, talking about their weight loss and embracing the fasting lifestyle. But here's the thing. While it might work for some, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. For many, it can lead to constant hunger, irritability, dizziness, and even disordered eating patterns. So is intermittent fasting really the wellness flex it claims to be, or is it just a dressed-up eating disorder? Let's get into that.
I do intermittent fasting where I just eat really fast.
Good night.
Like what?
Baby, all that stuff. I didn't try all that stuff. I do whatever I want. Like, I didn't try everything. It works for some. It don't work for some. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do know that's okay. Like, if I personally would have to sleep to 12 o'clock not to eat in the morning. Because as soon as I wake up, I'm hungry.
Your body, I gotta eat.
So if I wake up at 12, which that's really never. If I wake up at 12, I eat then I stop at 6. I do notice that I lose weight, though, when I eat from like 12 to 6.
And you don't eat after 6.
And I don't eat after 6.
That's what I try.
Correct.
Don't eat after 6.
Yeah, if I
Make
do
it
eat
7.
after 6, it'll be like a fruit. But I also, like, in the morning time, if I was to eat, I do it like backwards. I'll try to eat my dinner first.
Okay, the largest meal.
Yeah, first, because then I'm moving all day.
Yeah.
So I'm moving that all around.
Yeah.
And then 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I try not to do the carbs.
Yeah.
So I try to do, if I'm going to do the carbs, I try to do them early, before 3 o'clock. So
Right.
I'll have the rest of the day to burn it. But the other
Correct.
times I just I was told to eat meat, cheese, and eggs. That's it.
Yeah.
Like when you're really trying to burn it off.
For real?
Yeah. And then after you burn it off, then incorporate those things back in. But it's
Wow.
working. Because
Yeah.
I tried it last week and I did lose a couple pounds. And I'm trying it this week to I had some carbs this morning.
Right.
But I'm trying it and it's been working.
Meat, cheese, and eggs?
Yeah.
I know someone that used to do that back in the day and no bread, and it really worked for them as well. But what I do want to say is my thoughts on the intermittent fasting thing is I feel like I know that, there are some people that get some major gains or weight loss with it. But at the same time, I feel like I don't really like the term intermittent fasting. I think it should be called something more closer to like controlled eating.
Yeah.
Because I feel like why people are getting so many adverse effects and hunger and dizziness and all of these things is because the thing that fortifies you in a fast is the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. It's prayer, deliverance, the Holy Spirit.
Right.
That's it. So at the end of the day, when you think you're intermittent fasting, the reason why your body feels tormented is because you don't have the Holy Spirit to come in
Right.
and feel you where you're weak. So yeah, you may be able to lose a couple of pounds and do good with it for a while, but to really be able to make this a lifestyle change, you need the
got to
Holy
change.
Spirit to come in and fortify you.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I know I didn't try intermittent fasting. I tried just fasting. And I did notice that after you get through that initial hunger period, if you can get pushed past that, you really don't need to eat. You didn't need to eat before that. And
Yeah.
you really don't need to eat after.
I really say after the 3rd day,
Yeah.
it be on then.
Yeah.
But them first 3 days,
It took me that first day.
Holy Spirit, well, yeah.
Right.
I need some
I
of
know,
that
I was
Holy.
praying, Lord, help me. I'm trying to do it. You gotta help me.
But I think what it is too is before you get through that, point where you kind of feel like relief,
Yeah.
is that the food, our body is detoxing literally, and the food that we eat here in America especially is so toxic that there's so many things that I'm not even like a health guru, so I don't even know, what they're called, but there's so many parasites and things that are literally toxic to your body that make you feel like you're getting ready to die because they're telling you, give me something else toxic quick, I need it now. You know what I'm saying? And so once you're able to get past that, then they're probably dead at that point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And your body's like, oh, okay.
Oh, no.
How do you listen to your body when trying to, start a new eating pattern?
The scale.
Oh, the scale will tell you.
The scale tell me, baby, because I have, after I lost, the weight that I really wanted to get off, now I'm a little bit anal with it. I'm on the scale at least once a day, every day. And once I know I'm a pound, and if I get to 2 pounds over where I want to be, don't even worry about it. I ain't eating nothing.
Yeah. Have you felt like some people that may be doing something that's not really helpful to their body when they're trying to do this intermittent fasting?
Like what?
That has kind of worried you? Something that they might have been trying.
I don't know. I might be the one. I might be the one that they worried
Well, you like the Ozempic and the Manjaro.
Yeah, I like that.
She know that works.
I like that. And I also, being off of that, I will just not eat. I don't love food that much. I want to be healthy. I want to be sustained. And I know that the food that we eat is full of parasites. So, baby, I just sit here and just eat the word.
I literally then became an emotional eater.
Well, y'all, I'm sorry. I got to tell you, that's a wrap for today's show. We eat in people breaking out of jail, Chris Brown. But before we sign off, we'll leave you with the quote of the day. You alone are enough. You have nothing to prove to anyone. Maya Angelou.
Love it.
Yes. So thanks for hanging out with us. We'll catch you next time right here on POV, only on Afro TV.